So we're only 2 weeks away from the pop-up now, and I got a whole load of stuff to produce for that. So I need to really speed up my production. So this is episode 7, season 2 of starting a streetwear brand. So to start with, one of the things that I get asked a lot is where we get our stock from. And I've always been really reluctant to share that because I don't want to be putting stuff out there until I've really tried it, sampled it, whatever, because it's all very well having a nice sample, but what you get in bulk is the deciding factor, in my opinion. So I want to work with companies that I can really rely on, and I only would want to put them forward as well. I wouldn't want to put any bad advice out. And if I am putting bad advice out, it's me probably learning how to screen print and showcasing what I'm learning and failing on the fly. So I think that's slightly different when you're learning and you can correct it. When you're buying in stock, it's a completely different ballgame. So I want to be mindful about this before I'm sharing any sort of suppliers or anything. So I appreciate a lot of you really want to know all this stuff, but I just would prefer to sit tight on that until it's really locked in. Because we're looking at alternatives of getting stuff made to measure. We're looking at getting stuff just in bulk. We're looking at different countries as well where we get stuff shipped in from, because post Brexit, bit of a boring one, it's really crippling in terms of import duties and all the tax you have to pay. And we're having a nightmare on that front at the moment. So you've got to register for like these EORI codes and stuff. Because I've got a load of stock stuck in France at the moment, and it can't come into England until we get that all sorted. So that's an absolute nightmare. The EORI number that was sent to me by the government, that's invalid. So they've sent me a code that doesn't even work. So each day that it's stuck in France, it's costing me. So nightmare, one thing after another. So we've got half the stock here, which is fine. I can crack on with that. So we've got stuff for the pop-up at least. But there's stuff that's stuck in France, and it's just an absolute nightmare, all this stuff. But anyway, we'll work through that and we'll get it done, I'm sure. And worst case scenario, we can always order stuff from UK companies that are like next day delivery. So I'm sure we'll sort it out. So I need to get my production streamlined. I need to get stuff done really fast. So I've gone and got a flash dryer, which I was looking at doing for a while. I've put it together and I'm gonna take it apart and send it straight back, because this is just ridiculous. I mean, I look at all these people with these flash dryers and I'm like, yeah, that looks great. The press I'm using is just this single pallet. That's all I've got. Most people in like professional print shops, they spin it round and they send the garment over to the other end of the press where they've got the flash dryer set up. With me, I've just got one, and I've got the 4 carousel here. So with regards to a flash dryer, I'm not necessarily looking to invest in a big production one, that you spend like thousands on, like a print shop, because I'm not a print shop, I'm just doing stuff as and when, and I can totally get by with the heat gun because I don't print huge volumes. So I need to kind of like weigh it up, and it's just not really adding up for me yet. So I got the budget one, that's going straight back. I assembled it and I got them for the big one because obviously I do quite a lot of big prints. I'm gonna be doing like leg stuff as well. So I need a big flash dryer because I've seen other YouTube channels and they have 2 flash dryers set up, like one side by side, and they do the top half and then the bottom half. And that's really not what I want to be doing. So, and if I wanted a big one, it's going to cost a bomb. So I've got this big cheap one and I'll wheel it out and show it to you. So this is the new flash dryer. And as you can see, it's an absolute beast. It's massive. And it's wrong in so many ways. So first off, this bolt here completely snapped off. I was just screwing this goes into the side to, tighten it up in the position you want. And that just snapped straight off. It hasn't been welded on properly or something, I don't know, but immediately, big problem. And it doesn't like rotate or anything. Like you've got this thing here, but it's just horrible. So I think if I was going to use it, you'd probably want it like that, but I don't know. It's just not really working how I want it to. I think it's going to be quite annoying and, get in the way quite a lot, and it's not really going to be that nice to work with. like I said, if I was spinning this round, like printing, and then spin that round and it's in position, that's fine. But I don't want to have to lug this around like every time I do a print. I have to like move it around like that if I'm doing like a real big print. If I'm doing a small print, then yeah, that's no problem. I can sort of like slide it in from the side potentially. Kind of works, but still it's not like ideal. I got to kind of reposition it. I could use my foot perhaps, but it's really clunky. It's not really what I thought it would be. So I think I'm going to sack that off if I can go back with it. Go back to using my little heat gun. I mean, that did the job. So just going to have to take my time with it. And also this grill bit underneath as well, like this. Surely this isn't supposed to be hanging down like this. I mean, probably that's only going to cause me problems, right? I mean, I just don't know. It's probably not really worth the money I've spent on it. I know it's cheap, but you know, buy cheap, buy twice, they say. I just noticed, check this out. This is dodgy as fuck. So I've just set the temperature on it, and you see this, it should be lit up, and this thing's hanging out to start with. I mean, look at the state of this. So when I position this light will come on, and you can, I don't know if you'll hear it, but you can hear like buzzing sounds like electric. Hang on. Here we go. Oh. I can't get it to do it now. Hang on. There you go. So if I want this to work, I think I'm going to just have to hold that in place and hope it oh, hang on. Oh no, I fucked it. So as we're getting close to the pop-up now, I've got some flyers printed out, so I'm going to head into town and give a few of these out. Right, so it's the end of the week now. I've got 1 week to go until the pop-up. So I've been out in town, dishing out some flyers. Met some absolute vulgar humans who basically just grunted and shunned me, but never mind. We'll get some dickheads in life. Yeah, some interesting people that hopefully come along. So yeah, you got to put the graft in. But yeah, we shall see how it goes. It's only a week to go today. Pretty much halfway through all the stock production now. So yeah, need to crack on, get all that finished. So see you guys in the next video, where we'll be going hopefully into a bit more details with the dead mouse design and the Christo one, and we'll see how we get on.